Just waiting to see if anybody wants to jump on here and have a few minutes discussion about this. Greetings, peace, love, artistry. So yesterday I did a live about this black men in love. I'm the reason why I'm jumping on here today is that maybe I need to make a public service announcement. Maybe like, some of y'all are not clear on my position when it comes to black men in love. So I need to clarify my position on this thing. I do not hate black men. I'm not a supporter or an advocate of swirling at all, right? Something that you want to do, if you feel that that's where you're going to find the best prospects, I'm in support of your choice to do that, but I'm not an advocate of that. I'm not going to be that channel that throws out statistics on, in support of the argument that black men don't want to marry black women or be with black women and all that stuff. I think there's a lot of channels out here who do a thorough analysis of why it is that there's more single black women than any other race and all that stuff, and we can ponder on why the stats are what they are, and the emotional arguments over black men don't like how we look and all that kind of stuff. It is what it is. I'm just not going to spew out energy towards that. That's not the reality that I want young women to have, because in admitting that, we're really admitting that we're worthless. We're really admitting that we are worthless too. Listen, like I said last night, until I see white men paying for seminars and online courses and getting into private sponsored groups on how to approach, date, and marry black women, I don't want any of you harlots coming on here to tell me that the grass is greener on that side. Because these men are not investing in learning how to be with you, how to show up the best for you. White men are not investing any money in doing that. And you know why they don't? Because they don't have to. They don't have to. There's no hurdle that a white man has to jump through to get a black woman who's open to dating him. All he has to do is compliment you. I love your skin. Oh, your hair, your curly hair. Oh my God, you're so exotic. That's all he has to do, and your kneecaps go like this. This your kneecaps. That's all he has to do. And here you go. This your legs. Opening like a clothespin. There's no psychological breakdown, analysis, or any kind of discourse that he has to do to study how to get a black woman. He doesn't have to spend no money to do that. But guess what you're doing? You're taking private courses. You're paying these coaches to show you how to level up to have access to him. You're doing that. You're spending your money on that. Right? A white guy has nobody to answer to when he's dating you. Your father ain't stepping in to interrogate. Your mother's hand clapping or high fiving you in the background. Ooh, this is a come up right here. There's nothing he has to do. There's no one he has to show up and be his best for when he approaches a black woman. So this is not a, And truth be told, neither black men either. A black man doesn't have to show up and come with his best foot forward for you either. Nobody does. That's the gag. That's the reality. Nobody does. And I steady get these old harlots trying to come here and trying to regulate my channel and tell me what I'm supposed to be telling you. Girl, go find it over there. It's over there for you. It's over where for you? Where? Because the truth of the matter is, if you don't have success with your own, some of that is your fault. You have to take the blame for some of that. You have to take the blame for some of it. It's not all on these brothers. Most black women have low self-esteem. Hello. We have issues about the way that we look. We have issues about the way that we look. We talk about what men don't like, but we don't like what we look like. We don't like it either. But we want to lay blame. We want to pass the buck, lay blame, shirk responsibility for our own lives and how we're showing up in the world. We want to make our morals his responsibility. This is what the average woman does. Your morals are based on what he gives you, how he treats you, whether you get a gift or not, whether you get money or not, whether you get attention or not. That's what your morals are contingent upon. Your morals aren't even fixed. Your morals are conditional. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Now you could say, you're trying to victim blame, Selkis. You're trying to victim blame. Victim blame. Victim blame? If you weren't, hog-tied in a corner somewhere, if that didn't happen to you, you're a participant, not a victim. If you were not hog-tied, my dear, you are a participant, a subordinate, a co-conspirator, an accomplice, an alibi, whatever you want to call it, for your own demise, for your own results. Amazing to me that when we talk, at least when I talk about us healing and that we're all broken, both men and women, because men don't get a pass on this thing. Men are propagandized heavily. Do you know the suicide rates are higher in men in general? Do y'all know that? Do y'all know that? Men kill themselves more than women. We are both propagandized too. And it seems like men don't battle self-esteem issues because they have sports and they can, channel their aggression in other ways. They can have a casual intercourse with whomever they want, and it just seems like men enjoy their lives more, and it's not true. It's not true. Men go through depression and suicidal thoughts and all kinds of stuff too. All kinds of stuff too. I don't support the narrative that black men do not want black women. I don't support that. Some of them don't. Some of them don't care for our aesthetics. This is true. Some of them don't. But if you are assuming based on what you're seeing people talk about in the media, as some sort of real or true snapshot into what black men as a collective think about black women, then I ask you to also examine the rates of viability and availability of these so-called men from other races that y'all saying are tripping over their feet to get us. I need for you to, where are the stats? Because if the black men, if there's only a small percentage of black men who actually want us, it's even smaller for men of other races. It's not bigger. Come on now. The odds of you getting a white man to walk down the aisle, not screw you now, because that's an easy thing to do. Some of y'all, I already told y'all, girlfriend doesn't mean anything. You could go to the corner, you can stand on the corner in a sundress with no underwear on, and somebody will pull over and offer you the eggplant. That's not hard to do. That's not impressive to do. Any woman can get the D. I'm talking about marriage now. Not dating, marriage. And these so-called 2 or 3 advocates for black women, that none of them are married. None of them are even married. These white men who love chocolate, who love dark meat. Who love dark meat. That doesn't even sound right. That doesn't even sound right. The 1 or 2 of them who like black women look like perverts and molesters and all that stuff themselves, and they're not married to anyone. They just date us. They just date us. We have to raise our moral compass. We have to stop emulating other people and then getting mad when these men want the real thing instead of the knockoff version, which is you. We have to stop getting mad about that. If you're going to play the knockoff game, right? Let's be honest about it. If you're going to be a knockoff of the original, then you got to take everything that comes with that. You got to take the rejection, the second best, the substandard, the lower class, and all the taglines that come with you being an imitation of the original. Don't be mad about it. Don't be mad about it. You're playing a game, aren't you? Isn't that what y'all say? Well, I do this because, in these circles, you got to look a certain way, you got to act a certain way. Okay, so you understand you're putting on a show. You're putting on airs. You're acting. You're doing the stage play called life. So why are we getting mad here when you are deciding to live inauthentically? You've decided that this is how you got to be. You got to take whatever comes with that then. You got to take whatever comes with it. Selk, as I commented before, that most black women that support interracial relationships have never dated anyone outside of... Rosemary said the women that support interracial relationships, most of them haven't even dated outside of their race. How about that? They be on these channels swooning like, oh, what it must be like. Oh my God. They're going to have cute babies. Oh, I can't wait to see that curly head, caramel vanilla, pralines, skin complexion baby that you're going to have. I hope you let their hair grow long. That's what we do. That's what we do. And y'all harlots come to my channel trying to base. Trying to put base. Don't have base for me. Have base for who you're soliciting. Have base for these men that you want to love you. Have all that bravado and all that confidence. All your confidence for these men that you're hoping love you. Don't have it for me. I'm here as your advocate for self-esteem, self-actualization, self-determination. That's what I'm about. Supporting, the sugar daddies and the swirling and all that stuff. Y'all please go to these other channels, these big monster channels that support all of that. I'm not in it like that. I'm not in it like that. I don't think and you know why I'm not in it like that? Because y'all don't feel any better about yourselves. It's a game. It's a game. Y'all don't feel any better about yourself. Oh, we got all these options, and we, spread your options out and your options, and expand your options, and get someone equally yoked, and expand all this expansion you're doing, and you still don't feel no better about yourself. You still ain't it's dude still ain't walking you down the aisle. Every now and then you see a wedding photo of some chocolate sister with some Asian dude or something like that, and they actually did get married and everything. And I've seen a few of them myself, right? I have met some interracial couples that are so in love with each other. I was like, well, damn, is it that good? Like I was impressed, right? So they're out there. They are out there. The odds are not looking good, though. The odds are not in your favor to get that, though. There are other variables involved in this thing. So we got to control what we can control, which is how we're showing up, what we're doing on a day-to-day basis for our own well-being, to nurture our love of self, because it all goes back to that. It all goes back to that. Because they are conditioned to marry women that are not black to further the discussion. Who's conditioned to marry women that are not black? You're saying men? Black men? Another question. Why is there so many rich black men, whether it be celebrities or athletes, dating or marrying non-black women? You guys have to, that's a question you need to ask these men. How come you guys never ask these men why they do that? But you come in these spaces and we're supposed to do a breakdown and an analysis of what these men are thinking when you already know. When you already know. These are questions you guys have to hold your brother's feet to the fire and make them accountable for what it is they're doing. And men don't do that. That's the one thing I told somebody in the comment section, where he was saying that, black women, for the most part, it's not that we don't love you, it's that you black women are unrealistic. Unrealistic? What does that even mean? I think we're more realistic. We're too realistic. Actually, we're so realistic that we're unrealistic. I think that's our problem. Our problem is that we take things for face value instead of waiting on evidence. That's our problem. We don't have a criteria. We don't have morals that are fixed. Like I said, our morals are transient. That's our problem. Our morals are dependent upon what's being offered. That's our problem. So it's not that we are unrealistic. There's a lot of women who sleep with men that don't require marriage or their rent paid or anything. They just want to be loved. There's a lot of us that fell for, I just want to be loved. And what happened to women like that? They're single mothers now. They're single mothers now. The women who were just in it for love, they got left. They got left with an empty bag and babies that they have to mind on their own and all of that, because they believed in the organicness of, love is not supposed to be manipulated by paperwork or anything like that. Only to have to go to paperwork and go to the institution that you were trying to avoid in the first place to get them to garnish his wages so that he can assist in taking care of what he created to begin with. So you got to go to the institution anyway. So I'm like, we avoiding marriage when you go to Piggly Wiggly to buy your food. You go get gas. You're going to work. You're cashing a check. You're paying taxes. You're filing 1099s. You're doing all this paperwork Everywhere else, your whole life is pushing papers, lease agreements, mortgage agreements, all kinds of stuff. Everything is contractual except what's between your knees. Oh, that's supposed to be organic. Sound good. That's supposed to be natural. Natural? You go have a baby in the hospital, they sending you a bill. The most natural thing there is to have a baby, but you get a bill for that too. You get a bill for that too. So these men want to exercise autonomy and sovereignty on your back, using you as collateral damage. Meanwhile, they contractual their whole lives. Every other aspect of his life is contractualized. But for you, nah. Let's just spit and handshake. Let's just handshake this thing. We ain't got to do all of that, all that black and white stuff for that. Unrealistic. So what's real? If we are unrealistic, then tell me what's real. Thank you for the donation. White, yellow, or black, my value is valid. There you go. There you go. Most won't even put these men on child support. Well, there's that too, because they love them, so they don't want to get the government involved because they don't want the man on their back. The man ain't just on your back; he's on your neck too. He's on your neck too. Really seems to be relative. I'd ask him after that, well, who codified what is realistic for the masses? Yeah, we're always blamed for being unrealistic. When, and what I told him was, and which I'll say here, is that women, you need to have some moral fortitude. You can't, your morals cannot be contingent upon what a man is saying to you, because men can't fortify your morals. They don't even really support it, actually, because you can state what you're not going to do and he'll still try to get it anyway, and that's if he likes you or not. So, men are designed to take this is just what they do. And even if they don't want you to give them, even if they hope and you hold out, they still the point is they're going to try. They're going to try to exploit you. They're going to try to exploit your emotions. So you have to have your moral set point intact before you talk to any dude, whether he's white, black, green, yellow, beige. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We need healing, y'all. We need a healing. Since listening to you, my senses are up to 200 trillion million. Well, thank you. I'm glad. I hope some of y'all are listening. I hope this is why I do what I do. No one can use our bodies unless we allow it. I mean, that's pretty much it. People can misrepresent their goals, right? A man cannot state his intent. There are people that do that. But if you are morally astute, if you are grounded in your do's and don'ts and unwavering about that, you'll be protected. And it doesn't matter what he's hiding from you. You'll have to stick around long enough to reveal it, because you're immovable unless A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, elemental P, whatever else has presented itself. You're not moving to the next base. You're not moving to the next step. I said before, you don't have a relationship without sacrifice. Boyfriends do not sacrifice. They just don't. You do not have a real relationship until you have something to lose. A boyfriend's not losing anything. Anything. And this goes for men, for men too, actually. If you're not, if she's not in a position where she has something to lose, then it gets kind of sketchy. It gets kind of sketchy. So that's what it is. I went to my regular cafe Saturday. Two older white men sat next to me by the bar. They were so overwhelmed that the barmen were speaking to me. Overwhelmed? Why would they be overwhelmed about that? How are you going to become a wife without being a girlfriend? What I'm saying as far as that, because it gets confusing for people, is that getting to know somebody does not require a title, so to speak. A title. A girlfriend is a title, but is a title that holds no weight. It doesn't stand up in anybody's court of law. You can't sue nobody for anything with it. It just holds no value. So because it's not a thing, you have to have in your mind that as a girlfriend, you are still a free agent. You're not taken. You don't take yourself off the market as a girlfriend, because it's not a thing. It's an emotional. It's a title driven by emotion, but it's not really real. That's what I'm stating. You can get to know anybody, because getting to know somebody is spending time with them. That's it. He doesn't ever have to call you his girlfriend, and you can get to know him. Don't some of y'all say y'all have guy friends? Some of y'all claim y'all got these besties, guy bestie friends. You know him, right? And you're not a quote unquote girlfriend in that sense. So you can get to know somebody. You can get to know him, but once he wants to lay claim to you, you have to establish, you have to have in your head, listen, a claim is contractual. Claiming me requires a contract, not a handshake. Not we're gonna live in love, we're gonna live together. Y'all know y'all be reading stats. Do y'all know the likelihood of a woman getting married after living with a man statistically is, well, I forgot what number it is. But you usually only, I want to say only 30% of women who cohabitate first before they get married actually go into marriage. So the likelihood, like, you decrease your chances of actually getting married if you cohabitate first. It's really low. It's really low. I think it's lower than 30%. Really low. So there's that. There's these things. So you get to know them. You go out, you have fun, you talk, and all that kind of stuff. You see him in his element. You do things together. A decision can be made, but listen, I think I want to do this forever with you. I think I want to do this forever with you. Is what they say. If he's interested. So there's that. So I just needed to jump back on here because, again, a lot of this pushback over me stating that, we black men love us. The overwhelming negativity that I get from sisters is troublesome to me. It's troublesome because I'm like, y'all are negative, but y'all still sleeping with these dudes. You're still soliciting intimacy with these same dudes that you saying don't like you. So what part of the game is that? You're not really divested. You're not really divorced from the concept of black love. You're stating that because I don't know what you feel like I don't know, you clout chasing or something like that. I'm still trying to figure it out because you're the same harlots that are soliciting for these dinglings on the weekends. You be the same ones. We so fugazi. Y'all, like we say in New York, y'all so fugazi. Come on, cut it out. Cut it out. Black love exists. Black love exists. I'm not walking around here thinking black men don't want somebody like me. Because if they don't, I know white men don't. I know white men don't. I know Asians don't. Then nobody don't. That's how I see that. That's how I see that. I already answered that question, Kay. You're not listening? I answered your question. You got to hit the replay. So I'm getting ready to go, y'all. Me and my black wife proved that. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Rosemary. Thank my admins. Best wishes on your birthday tomorrow. Yeah, I'm coming on the live, y'all. We gonna jam. I'm gonna do a live tomorrow for my birthday, and we'll celebrate it. We'll bring it in together. So bring all your best wishes and donations and whatever else you want to give me. Whatever else you want to give me. Mr. Right, all I'm getting is $5 for me. It's my birthday now. Where the $100 bill at? Why you lowballing me now? You know I love you. You know you my main man. Come on now. For my birthday, all I get is $5. Where the 2 racks at? Can I get a rack or 2 racks? Don't do your girl like that. Don't do your girl like that. You know you love me. I just joined. Didn't know it was your birthday. Oh no! Tomorrow's my birthday. Tomorrow's my birthday. So we going out with a bang. Scorpio's going out with a bang. Scorpios are going out with a bang. So yeah, so that's it, y'all. I got stuff to do. I just want to come back on here and spread love. Listen, UGC girls. Do not listen to these girls talking about all these white men love and all these white men love. Because they're getting played by white men too. They're getting played by white men too. It's real. Okay? So I'll be on here. We'll discuss more of this tomorrow. All right? Peace and love.